Alright, next up, I'm going to tackle problem number 13. This is the first of the problems where you're going to be adding or subtracting the fractions. Very similar to what you've done so far, except now you're going to be finding the common denominator and doing an operation. So in this case, the common denominator that is the easiest one to use here is method 1, or finding the common denominator using method 1. So that's 2 times 3. Which is 6. And let me rewrite the fractions here. And to get 6, I'm going to have to modify both fractions. This one I'm going to multiply by 3, top and bottom. Oh, and this one has to be multiplied by 2, not 3, my bad. And the reason I'm doing this is to get a common denominator of 6. So 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6. After the modifications, I have 3 over 6, I have 2 over 6, and it's still addition. And then I'm going to put them all over the same denominator, 3 plus 2, which then of course is 5 over 6. And that is the answer to that number 13. Moving on to 14. On 14, we have another set of fractions that are being added together. The first thing I want to do is find the common denominator. In this case, I'm going to find the least common denominator. So this is method 2 that I'm going to use. I'm going to list the multiples of 5, which is 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. I'm going to list the multiples of 10, which is 10, 20, 30, and so on. I'm going to see if I can find something that they share in common. And they do. Very early on, I catch the pair of 10s. So the least common denominator is 10. Now I'm going to rewrite the two fractions here again. Now I'm going to be converting both of the denominators into 10. This one's already done. I have to do nothing to it. This one I have to multiply by 2, top and bottom. Once that's done, this is now 4 over 10. I'm going to rewrite this one as is, because it required no modifications. Common denominator 10. 4 plus 3 is 7. Well, that's the answer. 7 over 10. As simple as that. Alright, moving on to number 15 now. So with number 15, we again have two fractions. It's not so surprising that they're all pretty similar. And our first step is once again to find a common denominator. Here, you could use method 2, but method 1 is going to yield the same answer, so why not use the easier method? So method 1 says multiply 5 and 4, the two denominators, and get a 20. Then you modify both fractions so that they have a denominator of 4. How do I get a 20 out of 5? Multiply top and bottom by 4. How do I get a 20 out of 4? You multiply top and bottom by 5. (16) over 20. 15 over 20. Common denominator is now 20, so I just have to worry about the numerators. And when I add these two together, I get 31 out of 20. You can also convert it into a mixed number, 1, 11 over 20. I don't really care. I'm okay with the improper fraction. So you can simplify it fully, or you can give me the improper fraction form. I'll be fine both ways for this quiz. 16 is next. 1/2 minus 3/5. Same deal as before. 2 times 5, which is 10. And that's the smallest, method 1 here is the best way to go. So I'm going to rewrite my two fractions here. And I apologize for the noise outside. How do I get a 2 to become into a 10? Multiply by 5, top and bottom. How do we get a 5 to become a 10? Multiply by 2, top and bottom. Which yields 5 over 10 minus 6 over 10. Minus 6. We don't have rules for subtraction, so we convert that into addition. Negative 1 over 10. And that is our full and final answer for number 16. I'm going to go ahead and move on to 17 now. In 17 we have negative 6 over 9 plus 5 over 6. Common denominator, use method 2 here because 9 times 6 is 54. That's big, but if you use LCD, give me just 1 second. So once you do method 2, and you get the factors of 9 and 6. For 9 it's 9, 18, 27. For 6 it's 6, 12, 18. You find something they have in common. The 18, which is a lot smaller than 54. So that's going to be our preferred LCD, 18. So I'm going to try to achieve that with these two fractions. The negative 6 over 9 and the 5 over 6. Okay, over here, how do I get a 9 to become an 18? Multiplied by 2, top and bottom. How do I get a 6 to become an 18? Multiplied by 3, top and bottom. That yields these two new fractions. Negative 12 over 18 plus 15 over 18. Put them over a common denominator. 18, you have negative 12 plus 15. The positive number is bigger. 3 over 18 is the answer for 17. You can, of course, simplify that into 1 over 9 if you choose to. For me, if you gave me either one of these answers, I would be okay with it on the quiz. I obviously prefer the simplest form, but either would be fine. 18 is next. Mixed numbers. Convert mixed numbers first. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14 over 5. 3 times 10 is 30. 30 plus 3 is 33 over 10. The LCD is going to be, in this case, and I think I did one just a little bit ago here, between 5 and 10, the LCD is 10. So I'm not going to redo this, but it's the same method we did for problem 14. So I'm just going to say that the least common denominator between these two is 10. Because again, we worked it out on problem 14. So now I'm trying to change both of these fractions so they have a denominator of 10. I don't have to do anything to this one. This one I have to multiply by 2, top and bottom. Again, you could have used method 1 here and 5 times 10 gotten to 50, but why? So then, after the modification, we have 28 over 10 plus 33 over 10, and put them both over 10. You have 28 plus 33, which is 61 over 10. You can, of course, convert that into a mixed number if you so please. It's 6 1/10. You don't have to. Either way, I'll be happy with either this answer or this answer. So that's 18.